Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Indiana Airguns. I hope this mic is recording. Today, we're going to take about, 5 or 6, maybe 3 or 4 targets. This is a 12 by 18 splatterburst 3-inch bullseye target. You're familiar with this. We shoot this down in the basement a lot or whatnot. This is what I cut into the 4 strips that I was talking about and get my 3 targets each. So we do have one of these already downrange. This is just a simple splatterburst target, nothing too crazy. We got some new pellets in from Apolo. I was telling you guys that about it on my little on the 1377 video. And today we're going to shoot the Apollo Arrow. These are a 5.5 head size at 22 grain, or excuse me, at 22 caliber at 16 grain. It is a 250 piece or a 250 count 10. And I think these were right at maybe a little over $10, maybe $11.99 a 10 or something along those lines. They do have like a H&M Terminator feel to them, or maybe like a Crosman Destroyer feel to them, where they do have that raised little hollow point thing in the middle, like a little tip. There are still a few squirrels running around the neighborhood here, and they are still currently messing with my attic upstairs along with the raccoons. So I don't know. I may try to spit 1 or 2 at them, you know what I'm saying, as the leaves continue to fall off the trees here in the Midwest Indiana. So, but I haven't necessarily been on them or trying to get at them or anything like that because I just don't have the want to. Like I said, I've got enough in my freezer, and I don't just kill for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out there hunting, it's for a reason. So, let's see. I need to change the reticle color. I think green will work because it's kind of bright out there. Yeah, we're going to roll with green. So I also want to go into this setup a little bit. This is my Urgan Prince 2. I know you guys can't see it in depth because I'm a little far away from the camera right now. But if you would like to know more about this after I tell you a little bit here, please let me know because I'd like to do a detailed video about this. I just didn't know if there was enough people wanting me to do that in order for me to do so. But this was my dream setup. I could have had any gun in the world, and I chose the Urgan 2 Prince. Why? I like my guns or my air rifles short and compact. You know, I'm usually moving around in a lot of brush and things of that nature. I like to be able to one-hand it if I have to. I just like to keep it tight to my body. You know, don't have to worry about snagging on a lot of things. And the Urgan Prince definitely met that criteria. Now, this isn't something that I would carry in the woods, but if I was to carry it in the woods, it would definitely have to meet those criteria. That's why you see me with I got a lot of bullpups in my collection. I have like 3 or 4 bullpups minimum. And I like to keep them like that just so I can swap them out and stay doing fresh, but at the same time with the same type of platform. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. We do have this topped off with the DNT Zulus. This is the 5x20. This is the LRF or the laser rangefinder version. So it does have the ballistic calculator and things of that nature built in. I'm not using the ballistic calculator at the moment. I'm just using it as a regular scope. It is sighted in for, I think, 35. I'm not positive. This gun did have the Urgan Prince moderator up front, or the UTG, or excuse me, UTG. It's a whole different company. I can't think of what I'm trying to say here. They do, regardless, it has its own moderator. You can't, it's not a 1/2x20, so you can't just throw any old standard moderator on here. I think it's a M/1.25, if I'm not mistaken, something along those lines. Absolutely love this setup. And Justin, I think it's Justin over at On Target Air Gunner, was asking me about, why don't you have any footage when you're killing all these squirrels or whatever, but you don't never have, share your hunt, Hank. And I totally understand and get your frustration, brother. I do apologize to all of you for that. I know I say walk and stalk more than anybody on this channel. And, I need to be sharing those. It's just like this setup. It doesn't leave the house though. This isn't a hunting setup. If I'm like on the back stoop or something and this happens to be out and I see something that needs to be knocked down, then I'll take it out there and do that. But I'm not going to take this with me and, walk through the woods and do all that. I'm just not at that point with this rifle yet. This is still, to me, a trophy piece. So it's not something that it's more of a conversation than anything else for me. I'll set it here at the bench and shoot it all day long. I will not take it outside of that gate. or outside of this front door. It's just not. It's not that type of thing. I have other guns for that. That's why I have so many. You know, you don't get tools, you know, before you need them. You know what I'm saying? You get tools as you need them. And that's what I've done. As I thought about it, and as I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to take a look at that, I ended up with something else. You know, and then all of my synthetic stocks definitely go out to the woods. And then some of my wooden stocks definitely go out to the woods. But this one in particular, I just got way too much in it. I think the rifle with the scope setup alone, just if you were to buy the rifle and the scope, let alone the bipod and anything else you want to put on it, you're probably looking at, I wouldn't hesitate to say when this first came out, when I bought it, it was right at about $3,000 with the scope. So yeah, I'm not in too big of a hurry to be trying to mess this up. But I absolutely love this trigger. I need to clean it up. It's real dusty and mucky looking. It just sits up there too. You know, that's another thing, another problem. I should be keeping. I've got cases all over the place, and don't put none of my rifles in the case. I just like them to be ready when I need them. I can just grab it and go. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's enough talking. It's already going to be a long enough video. Let me go ahead and get started on 3 or 4 groups down here. We'll take you down. We'll show you the groups when we get done. And we'll come back, have a little discussion about what we think about the pellet. And we'll go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, it wasn't really about the Urgan Prince 2. I just thought I'd throw that out there because it is a beautiful setup, guys. And if you've never had the opportunity to shoot one, you know, you really should. Or everybody should have at least one, what I would consider a high-end gun or a high-end rifle. You know, you may not have a full collection of them, but you got that one, you know what I mean? And this is that one for me. So let me know what you got down in the comments. I'd definitely be interested in hearing that. As I always love to chat with you. Thank you for stopping by here, checking out what Hank's got going on this morning at Indiana Airguns. Okay, we're just going to start right in the middle of this target. Don't ask me why, but that's where we're going. And that was way off left. Will it group there? He's trying. Like I said, I was shooting them out of this gun too to give the pellet the best opportunity, the best chance. The Urgan Prince doesn't seem to be too picky. So I guess I could have did this on scope cam and saved you guys a lot of just staring at Hank. I do apologize for that, but I appreciate you watching. Okay, yeah. I'm not liking what I'm seeing down here right at the moment. These aren't the very first groups with this pellet. I've obviously shot these before I turned the video on. So I kind of have an idea of what to expect, but it wasn't looking nothing like this. So we'll move over to the right one target. Better. Much better. And this take up on this trigger, I mean, you got that first stage. It's just barely just lay on. You just barely put your finger on there. That's first stage. You think about it, it's going off. That's second stage. Absolutely. I mean, the trigger is just, if this isn't a match grade trigger, I don't know what they are. It's definitely a nice one. I'll say that for sure. So one was horizontal, now this one's vertical. Go figure. I have no idea. I don't think we'll get 5 more. I think I got maybe 3 more in here. So we'll take this first 3 and then we'll reload. I don't even see that one, family. Is on splatter burst on the left side not working, or did I hit attack or what? I'm kind of seeing the imprint down there, but it's not yellow, bright yellow like the other, like it should be. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I got a defective target there, but anyway, we'll load up our second clip here. We're maybe, 2 shots in on that last bull there. So actually, this will be load up 3 here and go ahead and finish that row off. And this isn't, I didn't sight in for this pellet or anything like that. So don't crucify me, the rifle or the pellet just yet. This is just the initial testing. You know, let me do some work with it. You know, dial the rifle in for it. And, you know, I'll give you some updates on this. Or maybe this just isn't the pellet for the gun. And that's just fine. You know. So we got 3 more here on the left. I know these aren't going through the same hole. Up, and that one jumped up high on me. Now, I'm not happy with those, but that's 15 shots. I should be seeing a little bit more precision with that. But that's okay. So let's go ahead and go down. And 10 minutes. Oh geez. Let's go ahead and go down and see what we got here, and hopefully it's something good, you know. I had pretty big hopes for these, and it's pretty windy out here today. It is right at about 70 degrees. As you can see the trees, you can probably hear them too through the mic. I hope my mic's recording. I really, really do. So here's the groups that we ended up with. Like I said, that last one was looking kind of promising there, but let me see if I can get this somewhat level over here. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to get in the way, but I'm gonna get my dime out here, and this is these dang on leaves everywhere. I know they're gonna clog up this whole range here in a little bit, but anyway, this is the first group we started here in the middle. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just for reference, I'm gonna hold a dime up. Of course, it's nothing close to a dime, but just want to give you some reference. And then this is our second group. We're kind of up and down here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we had 5 off over here. So they were trying. And I'm not saying that you couldn't get some work done with these. You know, you probably could definitely with this group. I definitely would have hit whatever I was aiming at. I would have missed a couple times, but I would have hit it. And then we come back to this last one. I had 4 basically in one hole, which is basically a dime. And then I had that one up high. That very last shot went high. So, I mean, you know, I'm telling you, I can do some work with these. And, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So, we're going to go ahead and mark this target so we know what those were. I'm pretty sure those were the Apollo arrow. Excuse me. Let's see. Are you going to write here? Okay. Apollo arrow 16 grain. Okay, and we'll just take that and section that target off so we know exactly what that. I think my pen's telling me it don't like to write the way I'm trying to write with it here. Okay, it's all good. I know what's going on. As long as I know what's going on, it's all good, right, gentlemen? Okay, let's go back and talk about this pellet for a second and what the results were. Again, guys, this is just for fun. You know, I was ordering some pellets. I seen them. I was just wanting to do a whole Apollo haul because I've had so much success with the 177 pellets that I figured, heck, let me just give it a shot. So, took the 5.5s out today at 16 grain, and those were the results that we got. So, again, this has been your Urgan Prince 2. It is topped off with the DNT Optics Zulus. And I'm looking forward to the V2. I haven't had an opportunity to get the V2 yet. I think I want to get that in 3 to 12 for some reason. But I think I'm going to stick to the 5 to 20. I think that's what I'm used to. And I think I'm going to just get another one of those eventually down the line. I don't know. Maybe around tax time or something like that, maybe. But yeah, the Apollo arrow. Like I said, I don't know. I'll try it in some other rifles or whatnot and kind of see what it likes. I mean, 16 grain is kind of funny. It loves 18 grain. That's normally what I shoot out of here is Barracuda 18s or JTS 18-1s or JSB 18-1-3s, or, you know, the list goes on and on. But those are mainly what I shoot and what it loves. It likes the best. This is a 16 grain, so it is a little lighter. It does have that little pointed tip on the end, so I don't know if that affects anything or whatnot. But that head size is at the 5.5 is I think where I'm running into problems with this. I don't know. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Again, this has been Hank. here at Indiana Airguns. Till the next time, take care now. Cheers.